Shalom Aleichem, Erev Tov, Shavua Tov. As we commence in the preparations towards the holiday of Pesach, everyone with the cleaning of the home and the purchasing of all the needs, all the necessities that we need for Pesach, matzah and wine and fish and meat, vegetables and fruits. It's important, and this is also something that the Rebbe mentions in this week's Dvar Malchus, even though it's not the Dvar Malchus that we're going to be learning tonight, that it is incumbent upon every single person to go out and to see to it that all the needs of every single Jew should be seen to. And to the extent that we are able to go and to assist in this materially, even if it's not with money, but going and helping with the shopping, people that can't get out of the house, that need their need their Pesach things delivered or something like that. All these things are things that we need to take under consideration. And the Rebbe comes and tells us that this is not only in regard to the regular amounts of money that we're supposed to tithe from our income, whether it's a tenth or a fifth, but it's also in regard to the additions that Hashem goes and gives each and every one of us, so that in order for us to be able to go and to give even more, and the Rebbe says not to wait until Hashem goes and adds in our income, but to go and to give the addition already, and through this, like our rabbis tell us, aser te aser, like it says, tithe in order to tithe, which our rabbis explain means that we should give a tenth of our income in order to be able to become very wealthy, immensely wealthy. The Rebbe says we will be able to go and to see the bracha of Hashem through this when we go and we give the additions immediately. We're on Leil B'dikas Chometz, which is in the hard copy, page 48 in the Dvar Malchus. In the PDF file, it's on page, I didn't write it down, page 13, if I'm not mistaken. 14? 12? It's not page 13?
14. 14.
14.
14.
Okay, thank you. Yishar koyach. It's good that we have our backups over here. Yishar koyach v'yisol ber. Leil B'dikas Chometz, the night of the checking of Chometz. By the way, this year it's important to remind everyone, the night of B'dikas Chometz is usually the night before the eve of the holiday of Passover. But this year it's early, because the night before the eve of Passover is Friday night this year. Pesach is Motzei Shabbos, Saturday night. So therefore, we're not able to go and to check for Pesach on Shabbos. So we check for Chometz on Thursday night. And all the Chometz is meant to be sold till Friday morning. Friday morning. And we are supposed to do all the selling of the chometz, the checking of the chometz Thursday night. The selling of the chometz is preferably to do it by Thursday night, but we can do it also Friday morning. And Friday morning is considered, the times is considered to be similar to the regular year, but the burning of the chometz we do Friday morning. The first kol chamira v'chamia, in other words, the bitul chometz, the nullifying of the chometz, the first one we do Friday morning before we burn the chometz. The second one we don't do until Shabbos Shabbos morning, when we are already Shabbos morning, we eat early our meal, and then after we eat our Shabbos meal, so we get rid of the whatever chametz we have in the house, and then afterwards, after we get rid of it, either flushing it down the toilet or spilling chlorine to nullify it, we say the last kol chamira, the chamia, the last nullification of the leavened bread, the chometz. So, the night of the Bedikas Chometz, the Rebbe gave a sicha. It was something short, but we'll read it here. Redshimas divrei kvei kedushas admor Shlitah, the writings of the Rebbe Shlitah Melech HaMoshiach, or Liyudal Nisan, the night before the 14th of Nisan, or actually the night of the 14th of Nisan, which is Or LeYudalat Nisan, Atinose, the year 5751, La'achri Mechiras Chometz, and this was after the Rebbe sold his Chometz to the Rav. Chag Pesach kosher v'sameach. The Rebbe blessed everyone with a kosher and happy holiday of Pesach. Ulamshicha al kol hashana kula, and to draw this happiness and kosherness of the holiday of Pesach upon the entire year. And this includes and is especially hamshochas kol inyonei brocha ba'ifan tmidi, the drawing of all the concepts of Torah, of blessing on a continuous basis, like the blessing of Tal that we start from the first day of Pesach. We already don't ask for rain. We say the blessing of dew. That we begin on the first day of Pesach. We're told that as in comparison to rain, that rain is dependent on our prayers, and it can stop or it can start. And like we saw this year, until now we haven't had that much rain during the year. Hashem shall help and bless us with all the blessings, with rain and despite the fact that there was no rain. So also the Rebbe says all the blessings and drawings into the world, but Teiv Nirva Nigla should be on a good and revealed basis, Lichlal Yisrael, to the general assembly of Israel, Be'ifin Shaleim Mi'atzar, in a manner that it should not be stopped, it should be consistent. Ve'ad la brocha achi ikris, until the main blessing. Geula mitis v'ashlema, the true and the complete redemption. Geula she'ein acharei golus, a redemption that there is no exile that comes after it. Lei me'atzar, as we mentioned before, that the geula is continuous and it does not stop. Ubepashtus, and in simplicity, that immediately and in reality, we hear the blowing of the shofar of Mashiach. And before this, the voice of Eliyahu, the prophet, may he be remembered for the good. Mevaser HaGeula, who is the one that brings the call of the redemption. He comes and says that the Geula has come already. Like it says in the homiletic writings of the Yalkut Shim'oni, at the time that the King Moshiach comes, he stands upon the roof of the Beis Hamikdash, and he goes and he voices to the Jewish nation, Ve'emer anovim higia zman geulaschem, and he says, humble ones, the time of your redemption has come. It's interesting. I'll share a personal experience today. Today, I had the schus of being at the resting site or the office of the Rambam of Rabbi Moshe ben Maimon, the Maimonides. Now, besides the fact that it's very close to his birthday, it's Erev Pesach actually, the night of right, the night of Bedikas Chometz or Yudalad. He was born on Yudalad Nisan. The fact of the matter is that I met a very interesting fellow. Now, this fellow, he claims that he's just there from the mornings, like 6 in the morning till I don't know, 1, 2, 3 in the afternoon, and he takes care of the area. It's a very nice and beautiful, built up Zion. People donated in order to go to make it what it is today, Baruch Hashem. But everything there has to be a caretaker that comes every day to make sure that everything is clean, that everything is in order. And this fellow, after he does his work and makes sure that everything's in order, he has to stick around. So he sits and he studies. He's a young, he's I'd say he's in his 40s, and he sits and he studies. He learns he says Tillim. He learns other things, but when he saw me, so all of a sudden he got very excited, and he said, "Rabbi, come." So I say, "What's the matter? Like, what does he need?" What does he need? He needs to show me video clips. Video clips. Okay. Well, what do you want to show me? Shh. Listen, you'll understand. You'll enjoy this. You'll enjoy this. He starts showing me different shiurim, different classes on YouTube of rabbis that are talking about Mashiach, are talking about the Geula, are talking about the different times. Like the deadlines, but literally deadlines. Like, for instance, the Ramban comes and says that the deadline is, and the other rabbis also agree with this, that the deadline is Shnas Taf Taf. Taf Taf is only 15 years away from where we are. This the Ramban, Rabbi Moshe ben Nachmanides mentions. And then he brings other commentaries that say that it's even closer. One commentary that says it's 9 years away, and another commentary says that it's only 7 years away. Anyway, the Rebbe, Shlitah Melech HaMashiach, tells us that it's not 15, it's not 9, it's not 7. Every moment that goes by, this was the moment that Mashiach was supposed to reveal himself. Nevertheless, I was very pleasantly surprised that this person that looks like a simple Jew, he's going and he's spreading the concepts of Mashiach and Geula. And he invited me to go and to sit down and to see these beautiful, clips of rabbis speaking. And I said, "Wow, this is fantastic. This is incredible." So he says, "Yes, and and we have all to thank to you and to the Rebbe for going and doing all the work about publicizing Mashiach." So I say, "What do you mean, me and the Rebbe? The Shluchim and the Rebbe. You are a shliach of the Rebbe. You sit here at Maimonides' tomb, and you are, I take it for granted," I tell him, "that I'm not the only one that you call over to show these videos." He says, No, I don't show everyone. Only Yechidus Gula, only people that I think that will take interest. But otherwise, I don't want to go and to bother people or to. So he says, "No," I tell him, you're a shliach of the Rebbe. And this is your shlichus to go and to spread Mashiach and Geula. And you do it by showing people these video clips. And it's incredible. It's wonderful." And so I say, "Tell me, what is your name?" So he looks at me, he says, "Eliyahu." I say, "What?" He says, "Yeah, Eliyahu." I say, "Do you know the Rebbe talks about the Sicha, like we just read, that The one that is going to voice the coming of Mashiach before he comes is Eliyahu Hanavi. And Eliyahu Hanavi, the Rebbe tells us from different places, it states that Eliyahu Hanavi goes out in the streets of Tiberias, of Tiberia, every day in order to go into voice and herald the coming of Mashiach. Why does he go out every day? If Mashiach didn't come yesterday, so he went out for nothing, seemingly. So the Rebbe says, no. Mashiach was supposed to come yesterday, and he would not be able to come yesterday unless Eliyahu Hanavi came beforehand and heralded and proclaimed that Mashiach is coming. So I say to him, you're the Eliyahu Hanavi of Tiberias, and you're showing people and heralding in the coming of Mashiach on a daily basis. And this is incredible. I was like, I got so excited. It was fantastic. I left the tomb of the Rambam a different person. Anyway, if anyone goes and visits, you'll be able to go and to meet Eliyahu Hanavi at the tomb of Maimonides, and please send him a very warm regards from Eliyahu K of Tzfat. Let's continue. ובפרט בעומדנו בשנה מיוחדת שבראשי טבעס שלה נרמז עניין הגאולה. And especially since we're in the year, a very special year, that the acronym of this year it hints to the concept of the redemption. Hayoi tehei shnas arenu niflois. It will surely be a year that I will show them wonders. Oy niflois arenu, or wonders I will show them. That immediately and speedily there will be the I will show them wonders, ar enodaika, and specifically stressing the word ar eno, that I will show them, shereim beinei basar, that we see with our eyes of flesh and blood, haniflois, the wonders, the geula hamitis v'ashlema, of the true and the complete redemption. As in the days that we left Egypt. I will show you wonders. The prophet, the Navi says, the Navi Micha, wonders over and in a manner that it will surely be. And this also has a definition of it will be with its coming in actuality, that shows the eternity and the strength of this coming, or of these wonders, the coming of the wonders. And with all this is also added the virtue of this year. Be'inyan hachazaka, when we're talking about that which repeats itself 3 times, Shas Cholos Hashana, that the beginning of the year, Rosh Hashanah, the new year, the Jewish New Year, Haisa Ba'ifin Mishulash, was in a triangular manner. Gimel Yomim Ritzufim, the Yom Tov v'Shabbos, 3 consecutive days of Yom Tov, the 2 days of Rosh Hashanah, and afterwards Shabbos. And also the first days of the holiday of Sukkot, Ushmini Atzeres, the Simchas Torah, and the last days of the holiday of Sukkot, the Yom Tov of Shmini Atzeres and Simchas Torah, be'ofen mishulash, in a triangular manner. Gimel pe'omim mishulash. We have thus 3 times 3 triangular happenings. V'shayach b'miyuchad l'chag Pesach, and it is especially connected to the holiday of Pesach. Sheyesh b'shlosh dvarim ikrim, that has within it 3 major factors. Pesach, matzah, u'maror, the concepts of Pesach, the korban Pesach that we have on the Seder plate, the shankbon, matzah, the matzah that we eat at the night of the Seder, and maror, the bitter herbs that we eat the night of the Seder. In the meantime, without the lamb chops, But Teichef Miyad, this year it will be with the lamb. Shenasa Teikif the Chazaka, that we have the strength of Chazaka, that which repeats itself 3 times. B'chol ha'inyanim ha'amurim, in all those above mentioned concepts. And then the Rebbe ends off with a blessing. V'hi rotzein, v'hu ha'ikar, and may it be Hashem's will. And this is the main thing. Shema'adibur b'chol zeh, that from speaking about all this, sheshayach lePesach, that is connected to Passover, k'de'isa b'kisvei Arizal, like it's brought in the writings of Rabbi Yitzchak Luria, shepesach hu Pesach, that the word of Pesach, the name of the holiday, makes up 2 words: peh, the mouth; sach, that speaks. Because that night, the night of Pesach, we speak about the concept of Yetzias Mitzrayim, going out of Egypt. That's the main mitzvah of the Haggadah. Yumshach v'yovei ha'maisa befeil techef miyad. They will be drawn down into the world and will come immediately. And in actuality, techef miyad. This includes and is especially relevant to the sacrificing of the Paschal offering tomorrow. It was the night, the eve of B'tikas Chometz. So the next night was Pesach. Be'erev Pesach, on the eve of Pesach, Shalei Yetzer B'Amir Seder Korban Pesach B'Dibur, that there will be no need of the recitation of the order of the Paschal offering, which we usually have said till now during the days of the years of exile, from only in a verbal manner from the Siddur, like it states, that how do we complete our service when we don't have the Beis Hamikdash for the meantime, for this moment? How do we do the service of the sacrificing of the sacrifices on the altar? Parim sifasenu, instead of bringing bulls to be sacrificed, we have our lips. Kevan, or the opening of our lips, the verbal expression of the verses from the Torah that deal with the offering of the sacrifices. Since the Paschal offering will be offered, sacrificed in actuality, the Beis Hamikdash Ashlishi, and the third Beis Hamikdash, and therefore we won't have to say it b'dibur. We won't have to recite it out of the Siddur. We'll be doing it in actuality. And then it says, Kvei Kedushas Atma Shlitah, the Rebbe Shlitah Melech Mashiach, Pana El Harav, turn to the Rabbi, Harav Agoyin V'chulu, Harav Yisrael Yitzchak Sheyichye Pikarski, Rabbi Yisrael Yitzchak Pikarski, Ve'omar, and said, Umistama Timtzeu Heter Sheyuchlu Lahakriv Korban Pesach, Gam Leloi Bikur Daled Yomim. There's a clause in regard to the Paschal offering, that the Paschal offering has to be guarded and checked 4 days before it's offered, before it's sacrificed as a Paschal offering. But here the Rebbe is saying that we're going to be offering the Paschal offering here and now, tonight. In other words, then it was the eve of Pesach. So therefore, the Rebbe turns to the Rav, who he sold the chometz to, and he addresses the Rav, Rabbi Yisrael Yitzchak Pikarski, who was the Rosh Yeshiva of 770. I had the schus of learning under his instruction, and he tells him, most probably you will be able to find a way to allow halachically that the Paschal offering will be able to be offered in the Beis Hamikdash, in the third Beis Hamikdash, l'loi bikur dalad yomim, without the regular order of the day, which is guarding it and looking after it 4 days in advance. V'achar kach pona la'arev kablan, and then he turned to the arev kablan. When we sell the chometz to the Rav, so it's we do it directly through the Rav. The Rav is our agent to sell our chometz to the non-Jew. But over here, the Rebbe had a arev kablan. An arev is a person that takes responsibility. Takes responsibility for the transaction, and here the transaction of the selling of the chometz. And here this was Rabbi Mordechai Sheyichya HaKoyen Rifkin, Rabbi Matul Rifkin, whoever knew him. The Omar, and the Rebbe said, "V'hiskenenu levarach habrocha meshuleshes." Since he was a kohen, so the Rebbe said you should prepare. You should prepare. The Rebbe said in plural. Not only he, but all the Kohanim, to bless a triangular blessing. Birkas Kehanim, the blessing of the priestly blessing, Beveis HaMikdash HaShlishi, in the third Beis HaMikdash, B'Chag HaPesach Hazeh, this coming Pesach. And that's going back 5,751. Now we're 5,785. Ad Mosai. The CM and the Rebbe ended Toida Rabba. Thank you very much. He said to those that were present for the order of the selling of the chometz, the Chag and to all to the entire Jewish nation, because the Rebbe was speaking to everyone. The Chag Pesach kosher v'sameach, and a kosher and happy holiday of Pesach. Yechi Adonenu Moreinu v'Rabbeinu HaMelech HaMoshiach Chai v'Kayom le'olam voed. Amen. A kosher feilchem Pesach, or as the Rebbe says, thank you, Toda Rabba, v'Chag Pesach kosher v'sameach, a kosher and happy holiday of Pesach. Yechi Adonenu Moreinu v'Rabbeinu HaMelech HaMoshiach Chai v'Kayom le'olam voed.